live. What is good, everybody? I just put the headers on this bad boy. I'm gonna do a quick little pull up the highway. Just a little sneak peek for more POV videos coming soon. So this ain't gonna be a long video. Gotta make sure it's in neutral. So let's go do this. Yeah, so there is a cop right up here. So I'm gonna kind of chill out when I go down this street, but once we hop on that highway, we're gonna have a little bit of fun. So he's still there. So like I said, when we pass by, I'm gonna put it in the highest gear possible. I'll probably even put the windows up. He doesn't need to see me with my camera. Got my maps. I always like following myself. I don't know why. Makes me feel like I'm playing GTA. So just kind of cruise past this boy right here. Look at, he is flipping a bitch. That was what we need. Go by. Hello. We're gonna go down here. My boy just got that ticket that was pulled over. That sucks. It's all good, bro. I got a reckless driving in this car, but we fought it and we beat it, so that's all that matters. Oh my goodness. So perfect. He's not getting on the freeway. Let me know what you guys think of how it sounds, man. Go to the next exit, get off. Gotta pass by this tunnel real quick, do a couple downshifts. But like I said, guys, let me know what you think, what it sounds like. Got the Z1 touring exhaust with the white pipe, stainless steel, with the ISR catless headers. No check engine light. All right, let's listen. Man, I personally love the way it sounds, bro. This isn't gonna be a long video, but I personally love the way it sounds. I think everybody in Vegas runs ISR, full ISR with the headers and everything, which is great. I think it sounds good, but to be honest with you, man, I thought the Z1 touring exhaust sounded great out the box. I did have some fitment issues though. I'm going to be posting a vlog here with this, with the install and everything. It's just a straight vlog, nothing more, because it was a 9-hour install, so it was really a pain in the ass. But we got it on. My boys made a custom O2 extension harness because this car has a 6-prong O2 sensor attachment, and it wasn't the easiest, man. My boys hit it with the they soldered it, put heat tape on it, heat wrap. I mean, my boys went all out, and they even put some flume on it from one of the cars in there. So I think it sounds good, man. There's a lot of cops out, so I really don't want to push it too hard, bro. But I think this shit sounds absolutely amazing. So like I said, I didn't want to be a cookie cutter build like everybody else with the full ISR exhaust with the single exit. I wanted to get, you know, I wanted to sound different, bro, you know, but I really did pay for it because I had to make, my boys made the custom O2 extension harness, which was not cheap, from having to buy the heat tape, the solder supplies, and everything else. It was really a pain in the process. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Like, if anybody is thinking about putting headers on this car, just don't. Like, and I'm not trying to scare you away from it, bro. I'm not even really I didn't help all that much, but yeah, bro, like, this was that was a hell of a job, bro. It literally was a 9-hour job. And okay, bye. All right, let's see it. Bye. So, you know, like I said, I wanted to sound different, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of paid for it in the long run because, you know, like I said, the exhaust had fitment issues. And the one thing I learned, which my MagnaFlow really didn't have any fitment issues. All I had was a front pipe. I had a Tomei overpipe, but when you start mixing brands, and I should have known, this is pretty obvious, when you start mixing brands, you know, there's going to be fitment issues. So the flanges on the headers and my white pipe were a little different. So I paid for it in the long run. I had to go to the exhaust shop. They had to cut the white pipe, let it sit higher near the brace, because if not, it's just gonna be knocking on the brace. They also had to change out the gaskets that were on the white pipe from the headers to different gaskets, and they actually had to put some type of sealant on there. So that was $200. It was around $6 something for the headers. I put a coating on there too, a ceramic coating on there, and sandblasted them. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man, you know, I want these things to, I want to set them and forget them. I don't want to have to make any adjustments with these bad boys further down the road. That's why I kind of went this route, man, because I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if you guys change it, if you guys put them headers on, bro, I'm just letting you guys know, I read about it online. It's a hell of a process, bro. My boy Mason had extensions on extensions on extensions to get some of the last bolts. The bolts that are the deepest are probably the hardest to get. And then, like I said, once you get the headers on, it's actually even a little bit harder because it's bigger than stock. So it really, just trying to get a tool up in there to tighten it was just the hardest thing in the world, man. So, you know, if you want to be a cookie cutter build and go full ISR, knock yourself out. It'd be a whole lot easier. There's going to be no fitment issues. You're not going to have to go to the exhaust shop. So, but if you don't want to be a cookie cutter build, you're going to have to drop some money for it, bro. So I'm happy with the way it sounds. I'm still a little sick. I'm just finally getting over it. So I was actually sick the header vlog, so I wasn't in the best mood, but me and my boys, man, we had a blast, honestly, putting on the headers. So this is probably gonna close out the video, bro, because I am getting close to my house. I don't want everybody to know where I live. But anyways, man, shout out to my boy Chris, and shout out to my boy Mason for helping me put these bad boys on. You know, I can't thank them enough. David was there too, but he was kind of sleeping the majority of the day.
Hey guys, how long does it take to do headers on a G35?
I don't know, ask David.
Oh my god. Dude, he's fucking cooked, bro. Oh, bro, he's fucking cooked right now.
So I'm gonna close this out. I just wanted to shout out my boys Mason and Chris and David for helping me out through the whole process, making a custom O2 extension harness. We had a hell of a time putting this on. They did the majority of the work. A little bit, I helped a little bit here and there by just making sure everything was going according to plan. Sometimes they would skip a step and I would not try to correct them, but I would just be like, hey, we got to do this, right? So just kind of keep things on track. So I did help out in a sense, but for the most part, you know, I really didn't do all that much, because when I saw them struggling with the bolts, I know I was going to struggle with the bolts. So I just kind of let them do their thing, because I didn't want to have to hinder the process. So I'm going to close this out, guys. Please, everybody lock in for the rest of the year, 2025. Let's achieve our goals, man. And shout out to everybody that watches the videos, bro. I really can't thank you guys enough either. You know, I'm going to do a quick walk around, I guess, real quick, just to show you guys how it sounds idling. You know, and I really enjoy this car now, bro. This is what the car needed. It was a hell of a process, like I said, but you know, I had such a good time with the boys. I'm not even gonna lie with you. You know, I really had a good time. Just hanging out. It's always nice. Just, you know, we did it in the shop too, my boy's shop, and man, I got a lot of content coming this year. Excuse me. But anyways, I'm probably gonna close out the video, guys. Like I said, I appreciate all the boys that watch the videos and whoever watches it out there. You know, I'm honestly just a kid living out my dreams and trying to have fun in the process. Got into cars about 4 years ago. I got an automatic FRS, and I've had this car for almost, November will be 2 years. The car will be 20 years old in 2 years, or in November too, it'll be 20 years old. So, and it's still running. We just put the coil rad radiator on. I really can't thank my boys enough for helping out with everything. This car, I've put thousands of dollars into it. We're sitting at 141,000 miles. The last thing I want to do is put some clear tail lights on the back and get a tune eventually. And I'm not going to be shooting no flames. I'm not going to be shooting no burbles. I'm going to just be straight performance based, one tune, nothing else. And I'm gonna tell you right now, man, I already sold my cats. I'm gonna try to sell my headers. It's gonna get on that tune, and it's gonna stay on that tune for the rest of the car's life until whatever plans I have with it. I want to start driving the CDL trucks, maybe driving trucks with my boys, pops, and making some better money doing that. So maybe one day we'll be putting an LS in this bad boy. But for now, this is what we're gonna rock with. Hopefully I can enjoy it for another 100k miles before it likes to blow, or before it wants to blow. Like I said, I got that new coil rad radiator, new Z1 hoses all around, pretty much from front to back, all the whole cooling, the oil cooler gaskets changed, new oil pan. My boys changed the spark plugs, ignition coils. You know, I'll put the mod list right here because I actually have it all up. I'll put it right here. I'll throw that in the video. And just so you guys can see everything I've done to it. And really, like I said, I want to tune the car. Just put some clear tail lights on the back. You know, I know that's probably a cookie cutter thing. And then the last thing is I'm going to put I have 2 more rears. I'm going to get 2 more rears and put them on the front. I'm going to run 245 4019 all the way around. Hopefully I have no rubbing issues. Guys, if you guys know if we have rubbing issues with running that on stock height, I do plan on lowering it maybe an inch once I get some coilovers. But right now, bro, I spent so much money on this car. I don't want to spend any more money on it. I can't keep, you know, I've spent, like I said, thousands of dollars on this car, bro, and I still owe money on it. The bank still owns it technically. So, but like I said, I tried to be different. I want to go full Z1 or full ISR exhaust because, like I said, everybody has that here. Everybody's shooting flames. Everybody's interior's clapped out. Like, just to give you a quick interior run real quick just so you guys can see, like, you know, this is probably, you know, I got my stuff back there. You know, this is mint, bro. It is starting to crack a little bit because my fat booty is in it all the time, but, you know, I'm not really worried about it. I need to get some kind of leather protected in there. But dude, for the most part, bro, like I said, this is why I went out of my way for this car. It's got superior seats. It is absolutely gorgeous car, you know, and it's about to be 20 years old. I got 141,000 miles. The AC works. I love it to death, bro. I'm still trying to figure out why we got this airbag light, but I really just stopped worrying about it. It's probably been in a crash, and they just put everything back together and made it look as good as possible, hence the paint job. So, but I'm gonna close out the video, guys. I actually kind of rambled more than I expected, but that's totally fine. It's good content. So everybody seems to like the POV videos a lot, so excuse me. So like I said, guys, let's lock in for the year. I'm gonna close out the video.